Hey everybody, Theresa here of Larkin Design, and welcome to my Light the Path project. Today I wanted to share a special page with you, and specifically we're going to create a scrapbook page without using any photos or words. And so what I've done is I've gone into my chipboard collection and I've pulled out some icons and words that I feel represent my childhood. The idea here is that these are all things that remind me of parts of my childhood, and I really just wanted to document that without using any sort of journaling or without using photos. I know that the question comes up a lot: how do you tell a story without using a photo, or if you don't have a photo from that event? And so I wanted to inspire you to go into your stash and look for die cuts, stickers, word art, any kind of embellishments that remind you or that echo the story that you're trying to tell. And so the album that I'm working in is 6x8, so I'm going to cut down my background paper. And this one, I believe, is from Paige Evans' Pick Me Up collection. And so I'm going to trim it down to like 7x8.25 inches, something like that. And I just chose something that had these really pretty colors that sort of echo the colors that are in the chipboard pieces. And so what I'm going to do then, I also, because I'm going to punch it and put it into my binder, I'm going to use this little black and white toile pattern to go on the back side. I have no idea what that black and white, what collection that came from. It might be Maggie Holmes Flourish. I could, for some reason, I can't find documentation of it online from that collection. So some of the items that I chose here are this little girl. This is from an older crepe paper collection. And one thing that struck me was the importance here. This layout shows the importance of representation in our industry, because other folks, people who don't look like me, deserve to find pieces that do look like them that they can relate to. And so that was something that really drove home to me while I made this collection, while I made this layout. So I have the little girl, and then I also have this little house. It represents a time when we lived in the Caribbean, and so I thought that those were some of the little elements that helped me remember. And then I also chose a paintbrush. You can see that I had the elements originally laid out on a 12x12 sheet, and I took a photo of it so that I would kind of remember how I wanted to arrange them on the page. I also have a paintbrush and a piano and my bicycle, and you can see here I'm peeling. What I do with my chipboard is I peel them off of the bigger sheet that they come on, and I store them in these little wooden drawer dividers. And I peeled a little bit more of the backing off just so that the page wouldn't be quite so thick. Some of those chipboard pieces are really thick. As much as I love dimension and as much as I love layering, I wanted it just to feel like it wasn't too bulky here. And so here's where, of course, I'm figuring out that 12 by 12 is quite a bit larger than 6 by 8. And so I'm probably not going to be able to include all of the chipboard elements that I chose. And that's okay, It's just a fun representation here. But I did have a good time pulling this together, and just the reminder that you don't have to have photos, you don't have to write words. Sometimes the words just don't come to you. I am sort of creating this diagonal line from the lower left-hand corner to the upper right-hand corner. Line is important. It's an important design principle. And then I'm going to glue everything down using my Tombow liquid adhesive. I love this adhesive, and I will tell you that I use it a lot for chipboard pieces and for bulkier items that I'm putting down on my page. And let's see, I did, when I peeled the backing off of the bicycle die cut, the handlebars came off. Whoops. But I just glued them back on when I glued it to the background paper. And that's fine. That's fine. You can cover that little tear spot, sort of blend it in with your glue. And then I also have, you can see the camera, of course, because photography is something that's always been important to me. And there's a couple of bows, these little blue and pink bows, also from crepe paper from a while back. A couple of hearts from pink paisley. And what else is going to go on here? The circle word art, or that wreath piece that says, "You're some kind of wonderful." And so, of course, that's the title of the page here. And once I started seeing the pieces down on the page, I realized that I did want a little more word art here, more than what is on the page right now. So I'm going to add just a few stickers. I had pulled just a couple of things from my stash. There's a sticker sheet from the Maggie Holmes Shine collection that had a couple of stickers I thought I might like to use. And then the gold puffy alphabets from Maggie Holmes Shine as well. It's just so adorable. I also added, I'm going to use the puffy alphabet to add my initials, TR. And so those were my initials for so many years. And there were these cars back in the 70s and 80s, the TR7 and the TR8. And when I was 7 and 8, my mom always told me that those were my cars, the TR7 and the TR8, that they were named for me. And what that did to me, it gives me a connection to those cars. They're cute little sports cars, but also, made me feel special, made me feel good about my own initials. Those cars were made just for me. I'm going to add here just a little label on the side. Funny story, I didn't actually, the video here actually cuts off a little bit early at the end, and so I went to stamp a little word sentiment onto that label, and it's smeared all over the place. So you'll see in the detail photos that I ended up layering a second label over top of that gold label and stamped the word sentiment so that it wasn't smeared quite so bad. It happens to the best of us. You just cover it up. That's the best part about creativity. When you mess up, you just cover it up and keep on going. Um, so I'm also going to add some of these little hearts from the Maggie Holmes Shine sticker sheet here. And I'm just putting a couple around the page, the stars as well. I added the stars behind the little girl's head and the word strips as well. So I hope that inspires you. Go make a layout today with no words and no photos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.